So, there's a moment in every player's career when you realize the game is slowed down for them. For most rookies, that moment comes years later after mistakes, bad habits, and uncomfortable nights. But for Dylan Harper, that moment has shown up far earlier than expected. He doesn't play like someone trying to survive NBA speed, he plays like someone who understands it. I mean, he's throwing passes like this where he comes off a screen and can place it right on the money with the underhand lob to Wemby.
Harper up, Wembanyama banks it in with the lefty.
And then if he's not setting up his guys, Harper can get saucy with that handle before getting the bucket.
Favorite stat. Oh, Harper, spin cycle move from the 19-year-old.
Now hold on, that does not mean he's perfect or that his stat line jumps off the screen every single night. But when you study the film, you see a guard who already knows how to control defenders, manipulate space, and dictate tempo instead of reacting to it. Right now, Dylan Harper is averaging almost 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, and like I said, these aren't numbers that scream future all-star at first glance. But as we all know, numbers never tell the full story for a guard whose value comes from feel, timing, and decision making. To get the real scope of Harper's game, you have to sit down and really watch, because he's not out there trying to dominate every possession, as instead, he picks his spot where he can create advantages, and that distinction matters, especially on a Spurs team that values process just as much as results. When looking at Harper's game, the defining trait is pace. Unlike a lot of young guys who play at one speed the whole time, Harper understands that basketball is not about how fast you move, as it's more about when you decide to make your move. On nearly every drive, Harper uses hesitations, decelerations, and sudden bursts to shift defenders just enough to open up lanes. You'll see these times where he attacks the closeout to get to the paint, and instead of going right up, he slows it down with his last 2 steps, getting into his defender, and now he can draw the foul while completing the basket for the and one. Other times, instead of slowing down, he'll burst past his defender when they get up high, and hey, the rest is just history.
With space, still in Harper! The harm in the hoop!
Yeah, he understands how to switch up that pace very well, as when he comes off screens, he doesn't rush into traffic all reckless. He'll use snake dribbles to keep defenders behind him or on his hip before coasting in to go score, and it's that patience right there that forces defenders to make choices early, and once they do, Harper exploits that decision that they eventually end up regretting. This here is advanced guard play, especially for a rookie still adjusting to the NBA length and physicality. Even if we shift over to ISO situations, Harper is rarely out of control. He uses crossovers, in and outs, and quick rhythm changes not to show off, but to probe. Every move he serves is a question to ask the defense, and every reaction is information he uses immediately. Such as when going behind the back here, that's the question he throws out to see if the defense can answer it. And based off their reaction, he now has gathered all the information needed to go grab the and one.
Now driving the basket, goes right at Nick Richards.
Harper's driving ability is where his comfort level becomes obvious. He's not just beating defenders with sheer speed, as he's beating them with angles instead. When he attacks downhill, he understands how to put defenders in jail, how to initiate contact without losing balance, and how to spin off bodies when they try to cut him off. When you watch him operate, you'll notice he's comfortable with initiating contact with a bump or absorbing contact from a bigger defender to still finish strong at the rim. A lot of guys would get thrown off by this early in their career, but Harper is just fine finishing right through the defense because he can use both hands to score, he can use these high finishes off the glass to outbeat shot blockers, and when he needs to, he can adjust his attack in midair to go right around the defender to finish the layup. All of this is what helps him score inside well for a rookie, and what separates Harper even more from many young guards today is his ability to change directions to still get the shot he wants when defenders think they have him stopped. He'll use spin-offs, quick pivots, and sudden re-accelerations to create new lanes. For example, when you see plays like this, it's quite impressive that he can 1. Bump off his defender into a high carry into the lane, but then when the help comes over to stop this, he slips right between the defenders in this small space to then roll this off the glass. Whether it's him splitting defenders, spinning away from pressure, or using that Euro step to slide through the gap, Harper rarely attacks in a straight line. This is all because his footwork allows him to keep defenders guessing, and his balance allows him to stay composed even when lanes look crowded. Such as when Shea is on his hip here and Ihart is right in front, Harper doesn't force up a bad shot or try to kick it out to his first option. He instead fakes that retreat, allowing the pressure to release off, and now he pivots back to the basket to get 2 points. Things like this aren't what you normally see from a rookie. You have to be able to fill out your defender, analyze where the help defense is coming from, and then make your move precisely to get a finish. Reads like this don't come from being an athletic freak. This all comes from being able to react to what happens in real time, and that spatial awareness from a player this early on is rare. Now hold on 1 second, I need y'all all to listen to me. Now the reason I'm saying that is because I finally found what they didn't want us to see, and it's called Polymarket. Let me get on my phone so we can go through it together. This is Polymarket. It's legal in all 50 states, and instead of betting against the house, you're trading a live market. The 76ers are at 76% to beat the Pacers. Now right now, I believe in Philly, and I think they're gonna win this game over them, so I took the trade, and now we just wait. If I wanted to cash out right now, I could. I'm talking about instantly, no lockout, none of those cash out unavailable prompts, and if at any point I feel like this trade isn't going my way, I don't have to sit there and pray into the final buzzer. I can go ahead and just cash out immediately and cut my losses. I believe in the Sixers, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it ride. And guess what? They ended up winning, so it's time for me to go ahead and cash out. Now compare all of that to the other sports books. They make you place and lock in a bet, but over here, we just got trades that we can go in and out of. $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. And the fees, man, the sports books take about $9 on every $100 win. But Polymarket, they charge 1 cent. Now look, $10 free is waiting on you. Just go ahead and download the app and use my code. You don't need a card, no deposit, it's real easy. Once again, you can unlock that $10 through my link below. Stop letting these sports books steal your money and come over here and join the revolution. Now with this finishing in the half court being something that's special early on, this leaks right into his transition scoring as well, because now Harper is even more dangerous due to him having more space and time to be creative. Not every time will we see him speed past defenders and hope they make a mistake or simply can't keep up, as most of the time we see him have a certain pace to his game that allows him to score on the open floor. When one defender tries to stop him, Harper can burst right past to get started towards the basket, and then if another can test him at the rim, well, here's where that finishing through contact comes in handy. And let's say defenders don't try to stop him at all and just wait to meet him at the rim, hey, good luck. In this open floor, Harper shows comfortability finishing through contact on the break and understands when to use finesse. He'll mix in Euro steps, high carries, and up and under finishes depending on the defender's angle. This skill set to finish at different speeds keeps defenders on their toes and prevents them from timing his moves, and even if he isn't the one scoring on the break, Harper can still push up the floor to then deliver a slick bounce pass to Champagnie, who can go score himself. That threat of him scoring inside is what allows him to now use his vision on the floor, because with the defense focused on taking away anything in close when he attacks, he can find the open man to still punish them. If you ask me, this is probably my favorite thing about his game that I think people tend to overlook. He understands that his drives are not just scoring opportunities, but they are tools to move the defense. When defenders collapse, he keeps his head up and delivers accurate passes to shooters in the corner, or he can decide to dump it off to a big who's near the rim for easy points. When you look at the pick and roll situations, Harper is patient. He allows the play to develop, waits for defenders to commit, and then delivers passes with precision. Whether it be a quick pocket pass, a quick down before defenders can get to it, or a skip pass to the weak side, Harper consistently makes the correct read. When we look at rookies, it's not normal to be able to complete some of these passes Harper does, but he's already showing that he's comfortable making quick decisions. And it'll come from any situation, such as when defenders trap or shrink the floor. Harper does not panic. He simply recognizes where the advantage is and delivers the ball on time. That level of calmness and poise is rare for a guard. And with that being an area where I believe Harper can impact the game a ton, if he also continues to build on his creation in the mid-range, this will be another area that can uplift his game completely. Now hold on though, I won't go as far as to say he's a great shooter in this range yet, but you can clearly see that he's able to create for himself in flashes, and that will be something that keeps the defense on their toes, as they now have to worry about the drive, the pass, and if they take those away, well, he can pull up in that in-between area as well. So like I said, I don't want you all to take this as me saying that Harper is the best rookie or that he's a certified game changer, because let's keep it real, Harper is still a rookie, and that shows at times. There's moments where stronger defenders can bump him off his line, and there are stretches where his efficiency dips against elite rim protection. When you look at his scoring numbers, they reflect a player that's still adjusting to the physicality and consistency required at the NBA level. But what matters the most is how he responds. Harper continues to attack, continues to make reads, and continues to trust his instincts. For the San Antonio Spurs, Harper's skill set fits the long-term vision. It's not like he needs to dominate the ball at all times. He understands how to play alongside stars, how to create advantages without forcing shots, and how to keep the offense organized. So while Dylan Harper may only be averaging 11 points per game, the film tells a much deeper story. This is a rookie guard who already understands pace, angles, and decision making at a level that most players take years to reach. And when a player enters the league with this kind of feel, the ceiling is not defined by rookie numbers, as instead it's much more about how the game slows down from here on out. You let me know how you feel about Dylan Harper and the Spurs below. If you want to see more content, comment mastery down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.